Welcome back, guys, to Mr. Weather Forecast, restarting with a new video. So, without further, let's not do any more intros, and this is Hurricane Edition, episode 16. My mother barged in, and, I had to make a lot of videos, but I'm not uploading that video because that video is a ruined video. So, as always, let's get started. Alright, and also, I won't make a prediction because it lagged my screen. It doesn't matter anymore. Alright. So Hurricane Orline is still active. So I'll say it in Spanish, no English anymore because English is not even my favorite language anymore. All right, but still, that's good. Okay, whatever. All right, en México. Así que si viven en México, a los noventas y a los ochentas y los setentas, si están en ese lugar. Okay. Cuando llega hacia México, va a estar, cuando ya toca en las playas de México, van a estar experienciando a las ochentas y los setentas. De luego va a ir hacia la norte de México y va a estar experienciando 60 hasta 50 millas, no 50, pero esas son las posibilidades de actividad de viento. Cuando llega hacia ahí, cuando llega hacia México y se ve las porciones del oeste de México, cuando entra ahí, vas a tener 50% y 40% de México. Así que en las 50 y los 40 vas a ver que va a estar bajando los vientos, así que no va a ser muy muy mal, pero hasta luego va a estar en los 40 y después en las 30 y los 20 y los 10. Así que si están en México, por favor tomen refugio cuando llegue a ese área. Si están ahí, por favor tomen refugio. O más mejor, ve hacia el oeste, hacia el este de México para evitar esta destrucción en tus hogares. Por favor, lleva todo lo que es necesario para proteger. Lleva tus mascotas, todos tipos. Así que ahora continuamos con este video en inglés otra vez. So, there it is. English now. Alright. So, as you all know, yeah. So, so this is the hurricane tropical storm forces, the wind probabilities. So these are probabilities for the storm. So, as I said earlier, if you guys are under the red to the dark red and to the red to the orange to the dark shaded orange to these areas, you may experience a little bit of the 70s to 60s, 50s, and then 40s and then 30s as well. So anyone else who lives there, it will strike here in the western side of Mexico and then later go into the eastern, and no, not eastern, and then into the northern side of Mexico. So thank you guys. No, thank you guys. Okay. So as I said earlier, you guys can know that this is really rare because it never happens on October. It's only becoming more active later in this day. But that's not matter. Okay. So the arrivals of this storm. This is the arrival. All right, the arrival times. Let's take a look at the arrival time. So, as you can know, Sunday, this is where the active storm. So, on Sunday at 2 p.m., which already passed time, so let's ignore the 2 p.m. Let's not ignore the 8 or 2 a.m. because these are the most active storms. So let's ignore the 2 p.m. So at 8 p.m. on tonight, this is where it's heading towards the western side of Mexico, and then later at 2 a.m. in the morning, that's where it's gonna that's where it's gonna touch the portion of Mexico into the western or southwestern of Mexico. So anyone else who lives in that area must make sure to take cover, or else maybe you guys need to evacuate. Not evacuate, but move to the eastern side of Mexico or to the eastern side of Mexico, then later go to the south so you guys avoid this storm. Also, this is all times Mountain Daylight Time. Also, locations are expected in this area. So, anyone else who lives in the western side of Mexico must move to the eastern, then go to the south. So, let's go backwards and let's go to the satellite imagery so you guys can see what's going on. So there is Hurricane Orline. Orline is still under that threat, under that gun of that hurricane. So this is the actual hurricane you see right here. Now, there is the eye, but it's hiding somewhere else. It's somewhere around there. But still, Hurricane Orline is my number one priority to be concerned about. Hurricane Edition episode 16 has just got started. So, there's the eye, but it's hiding from here. And as later you can see that there is a lot of rain and it's heading this straightforward. This is where its path, and it's going to head this way. And you can see there's a little bit of the heavy rain going on to the 60s and in the 50s and 40s. So anyone else who lives in the western side of Mexico must move to the eastern side, then go to the south. Now, we're going to take a look at this, the radar data because we have a rare. Alright, let's go backwards. Alright. So, why do I call it rare? Because you have lots of snow activity in the western and the southwestern side of the US. Now, we take a look. We're going to play on this video. So, if you go further, you can see that there's a lot of snow going on in Montana and Colorado. Why? Probably because that's maybe a few reasons. Why? Because there's snow going on to Canada to the United States. That's why there might be a concern. That's why there might be answers to this tropical system. Alright, I was just kidding, guys. I was just kidding. My voice changes whenever I get too serious with the storm, but still, I gotta be serious right now. Alright, so I was just kidding. Alright, so there's Montana and Colorado. You guys experienced that a few minutes earlier. I'm gonna put the timer on so you guys can see it. There it is, the time. Alright, so if we go further, probably at 8 p.m. Yes, there it is. The later, yes, that's where it's go back. Okay, let's go backwards because I think I just forgot it. So if we go backwards from the time. You can see that you guys, let's go 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, 3. No, our time is 4 something. Alright. So at 4 p.m., which is right now, so at 4 p.m. you guys experienced a couple of snows in Colorado and Montana, the portions of the south central of Colorado and then the southern of Montana. But later, as we go further, Montana still has a little bit of snow, but that's no big deal. So later, that's where Montana has a little bit of snow, and then there's no more snow going on in Colorado. As we go further, you see that there it is. But a little bit of snow later, probably at 11 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, you guys can be experiencing a little bit of the snow from Montana, as I said again. We go further, and sadly, no snow. A little bit of snow, but not much. So we go further, you guys can see that there it is, and it disappears. But later we go further, and nothing else. So, not thank you. Okay, whatever. So I said earlier, this is where that tropical storm is happening. Ian just left, so that's a good thing. But right here, this is where you guys are experiencing the new level. Alright, now let's just take a look at the satellite, or not satellite imagery. Actually, that will end today's forecast. Actually, no, it won't end today. Because we are going to officially do my personal map. Now, I will make my first personal map, and I do not want no discussions about my map. Because, one, I don't know. I'll make good maps. Alright, I was just kidding, guys. So, much further, let's get started with our forecast map. Also, guys, make sure you guys don't take this map as a serious note. This is not an actual map. Oh yeah, it is. The map is an actual map, but these things are colored, are not our predictions. My personal predictions. These are not predictions from the National Weather Service. No, nor the hurricane thing. What do we call it? Her National Hurricane Center. All right, but still, this is what you guys are experiencing. So, if you guys are, nope, I'm not gonna do this again. No, I just like I'm gonna. Alright, so if you guys live in this area, such as the western side, the northwestern side, and to the southwestern side of this area, in the north central, and in the middle of the south central. Okay, so such as Washington, Montana, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. You guys may experience a little bit of snow because it's light blue. Alright. So let's get serious right now. Alright, so right here, you guys can see a little bit of the snow may be active. Possible snow is active on the northwestern side and to the southwestern, and in the northern central, and then to the south central. So, if you guys are under the blue shaded color, we're not shady because it's not even shaded in. But still, if you guys are under this line, this blue line, that's meaning you guys may be under the gun of maybe a few possible snows. Now, if you guys are under this area, which I will color this in the middle of this thing. So, such as the Southern California, right here, this is where you guys can experience down here. All right, such as Southern California, Arkansas, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana may be experiencing a little bit of the heat wave. Now, why? Because that is where you guys may experience it. So, why you guys are experiencing, why not? Let's tell earlier. Okay, that's gonna make us. Okay, whatever. Alright, so, such as California, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana, and Arkansas as well. you may be experiencing a little bit of the heat wave. It's in yellow color because, why not? So in these areas, you may experience probably in the 60s, the 70s, and probably in the 80s. Now, if we're gonna shade this into the green color because this is where you guys are in the middle of the storm. So I'm gonna color this from here. So if you guys live in this area, so if you guys such as Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, um, and Kentucky, and a little bit of the portions of the southern of Virginia, you guys may be experiencing, or the southwestern Virginia. So you guys will be experiencing a lot of rain because of the tropical system. Also, I'm gonna shade this also red. But if you guys live in this area, such as this area, right here, and this red color down here, so if you guys are in this red color, this is where you guys get the threat. This is the threat for possible tropical storms. Now, why? Because that is where you guys are going to be active, such as the southern side of the United States, such as the southeastern. You may be experiencing a little bit of tropical activity. Now, why? Because of the pressures in the active storms. That is what we have to worry about. So, and right here in this area, such as Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Philadelphia, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Maine, and Virginia, and in Washington, D.C. Now, you guys, oh yeah, and yeah, MD, which I don't know how to pronounce it, but still, okay. So, if you guys live in this area, you guys may be experiencing a little bit of something. You may be experiencing cold air. Also, I forgot to say Michigan, also as well in Michigan. So, if you guys live in these areas, you may be experiencing chilly weather. Now, chilly weather, it's meaning cold winds. Very cold winds going down maybe to the 50s to maybe the 60s to the 50s. Someone else who lives in these areas are to make sure you guys wear your jackets because their jackets are your number one priority to protect you from the freezing temperatures. Okay, so in these areas, such as the blue color, you guys may be experiencing a little bit of the cooling. And that's where you guys are experiencing, such as in Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, MD, Philadelphia, New York, um, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, New York, Vermont, Maine, and Michigan. So anyone else who lives in these areas, to make sure you guys are in your safe spots. Now, for the last portion, such as this area, such as North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, and yeah, Kansas as well. Alright, so anyone else who lives in these areas will be expecting a little bit of the warm. So, if you guys are in these areas, you may be experiencing a little bit of the warm. So, this will wrap up with today's forecast. I know it's a little bit short earlier, but still, and this will remain as today. So still, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I know you guys have been asking me for do this more often. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please click a like. Please click that like and subscribe. Share this video if you want to. Also, take note that this is not a real prediction because it's my personal prediction and the map belongs to other map. All right. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, let's go Storm Raiders. So as always, adios and have a nice day. Goodbye.